Topic 4, perceptions. In this topic, we're going to recognise how we all see things differently and how our perceptions are not necessarily the truth. We're then going to look at how our perceptions help build the assumptions that we then act on, sometimes not very helpfully. We're going to learn 3 things. One is how perceptions work. The second thing is how we think that what we see is the truth. And thirdly, how our perceptions can lead to us making assumptions that are not necessarily helpful. In order to be able to explore this, you might want to study some work of a guy called Michael Shermer, who has been studying how our mind changes what we see in order to make sense of it. There is a TED Talk link for you to have a look at that will show you his work. The other theorist who has helped us is a man called Cws421-M1T4-Wsda Nz, who has developed a tool called the ladder of inference. What the ladder of inference does is help explain the way that we select information and make meaning from it. So at the bottom of the ladder, you will see all the data that's available to any one of us. Next thing that we do is we select the information that's meaningful for us. The next run up the ladder, we then draw conclusions from the information that we have selected and create assumptions, which then leads to us to behave in a particular way. Let's take an example. There are 2 people in a business. One is a staff member and one is his manager. The staff member has been writing reports for months, and every time he's made these reports, he's very pleased with himself because he's always 100% accurate. However, in talking to the manager, he's saying things are not okay because they're always late. So instantly we can see that they are selecting different pieces of information. The first piece of information that the staff member is selecting is about accuracy, and the manager is selecting information about timeliness. Now let's go one rung up. The employee is now saying, I've done a great job, and the manager is going, I'm a bit worried about this person and how they're performing in their work. We go up the next rung of the ladder, and the employee is going, I might get a raise, and now the manager is going, I might have to sack them. So clearly we've got a very big difference of opinion, and it's all because the perceptions of the information is different. Neither of them are wrong, actually. They have a different perception of what matters. So that helps them to work out the kind of conversation they need to have to repair the damage. So in order for us to use the ladder, we need to think about how we can apply it in the workplace. It helps us to explain our reasoning as we are going from the data up to our conclusion. It also helps us to ask questions to get down to the bottom of their ladder to understand their reasoning. Once we have done that, it enables us to develop some common goals that will help us to move this situation forward. So we can think about some really useful questions that might be helpful for you to ask in a particular situation. You might like to think of some questions of your own, and here are some questions I would like to share with you. What information did you consider? Is there other information or data that you considered that I didn't? What is important for you about the data that you looked at? What did that data tell you? you can also share what the data you looked at told you. Another question is, what assumptions did you make? And I can ask myself the same question. How did you come to that conclusion? And again, how did I come to that conclusion? Which I might then share. And another question might be, so why do you believe that? What information did you come across that helped you understand that? So perceptions and understanding perceptions help us know that we all see things differently. In fact, it's really surprising that we see anything the same. So let's start with that idea that we may not know or understand or perceive things that other people see. Thank you.